See. See. Okay. I don't even know where we were with this reading. A grumpier. Somebody could be a grumpy old man. It's like limitless. You've detoxed your energy, or I've detoxed my energy from these people. This wild gang of banshees and hyenas. All right. Something about being into the void. And then something about cycles. Okay. Private. And then money. Okay. Something about the land of the lost. Living in the land of the lost. These people think they found peace or a strategy. But I guess this is something about like denying one child something, or denying a child something because of being jealous of them, or not wanting to give up a post, or something like this that is due to a child. Um, a man and dated. The word mandated, I don't know, I just kept on hearing it all day yesterday. It's like something about a man dated. Like, I don't know why I keep making me think about like to report earn. So there's like something about a port, or put somebody into a port, or I keep hearing this song More Than a Friend, but I feel like whenever they were trying to do this stuff, somebody is in a world card energy. So, well, I would have been in a world card energy, or the Holy Spirit energy. So it's almost works like being a fountain. Even if God put me in a garden as a fountain, you can't marry a fountain. You can't marry a fountain. So if these people are putting arranged marriages on me in order to attach to my money that I didn't know that I had, or something, or if people watched if these mandated reporters, so I'm thinking of these mandated, like people that dated a man that try to get people in obstacles, and if they try to go by law, or use the law dictionary to use a sexual connection or relationship, or something like this, friendship, just a casual energy, casual sex, or a casual connection, or something like this. They could have been trying to attach somebody, but it would not. I would not have been like considered a person or any of those things at that time. An entity or nothing is still a fountain. That's like something that's in the garden, um, but not of it, or of it but not in it, or so if these people were sneaking behind your back or watching you and making accusations or claims against you, um, in a one-sided, unrequited court system, these people would have had to be coming in as like a mandated reporter. It wouldn't be stewards or something like this, but it would be something like this. And um, they would be like, it's imaginary. That's what I'm saying. Whatever this is that they've built is something that it don't even have nothing to do with you. It's like some rules for seniors or something. You're not a senior. I don't have nothing to do with the rules that go with the upperclassmen or something like that. If I should have been an upperclassman, yeah, okay, but I wasn't an upperclassman. Nobody was representing me as that. So, well, to my knowledge, right? To report to child services. So if these people were making claims about something, but let's say you still was a child, or you was still a baby, or somebody used a minor situation with you to keep you out of the loop while they tried to handle grown up situations in some type of warfare with a third party situation. Because again, third parties, it wouldn't even be allowed in America because you only supposed to be married to one person, right? So if these people would have had been using this to make these claims on people or something like this, okay? So they could be held accountable for years of reporting violence against your children, but having you listed as a child and not reporting of violence against you. Mm. Adult, it says, or it's to report to child protective services or adult protective services if they know or suspect a child or a vulnerable adult has been in any at okay has been or is at any risk of being abused or neglected. Okay, so this even could be talking about rankings or acceptance into societal manners or forms, or again, marrying, allowing children to be married, or trying to use technology to disconnect or discombobulate one from another, or false claims of some type of obsession of somebody saying that they go with you or they're dating you or something to have access to you, and you never gave that, you never called for these people. This may subject to civil and criminal penalties for failing to report. So, um, if these people are looking, it reminded me of that time when I went to the store and at Kmart, and this lady was like, I don't know why she was just acting like this, but she was like, "Oh, it took you long enough." Like she was harassing me, maybe even other people on the way out of the store because her daughter worked at the store, and she was ready to pick her up, and they was running a little bit late because the lines was long or whatever. And then the lady was like, "Oh, what are you doing in there? That's to the store. Oh, you didn't put your cart back in the corral. You don't have to leave it here. You know, the children have to come out here and put that away. Uh, uh, and I'm here to pick up my daughter, and it's late, and you should have put that cart all the way in." Like she was just talking some crazy shit. And she's like, I am a mandated reporter. And I'm thinking, what the fuck? You better go talk to Kmart. You better go talk to Kmart. I don't have nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? So maybe she's seen that I had a whole bunch of children's stuff or something like this. I could have been either school shopping or Christmas shopping. There was one of them times when I had to spend hours in there, collecting these clothes to get enough clothes for the children because I had to like calculate everything and shop on clearance, and it just was a lot. So the carts would have been full. I would have had like a full cart. But it said the child abuse prevention, because this is somebody that, now get this is somebody that would have been reporting some type of child abuse on you so that they can have access or put your children in some type of servitude or in some type of separate situation from you. But get this, you never knew that anybody make these claims on you. It's illegitimate. You never knew that nobody made these claims on you, or I never knew, right? And then when it came to you being in a vulnerable situation after they did this to all your children, then they came back. But like I said, if there's a vulnerable adult, let's see what the vulnerable adult is. Like if somebody knows, like if this is amongst like kings or gods or something like this, um, sometimes called and incapacitated. So, oh, that sounds harsh. Adult is one who's due to mental or bodily disability cannot take care of themselves without the help of others. So, um, well, that's not true for me, but somebody could have this. This could be false claims or something like this. Okay, these could be false claims. Okay, so you can't be using one without the, these are a bunch of idiots that came up with some kind of rules and then they kind of like bought up in the system and they think that they run it. They don't even, they're not even going to be able to fool the people, to make them just be docile and go into the system because of the stupid shit that you're doing, pulling on their energy if somebody is also being able to, it's like kind of having your head above the water, you could still see. This shit is dumb. I mean, I don't know what, there's nothing else to say. There's nothing else to say here. Why are these people putting their hands on somebody? This is that's something people putting their hands in their mouth on somebody. I guess this was signed by Congress, um, and it says states. It requires states, so this is a states issue. This might be why some of these states are in reverse because they were allowing people to come in and touch and feel on these kids, or put people in compromising situations, or put people in illegal marriages or illegal bindings or something like this. Because if somebody's masculine already died, nobody can just come. I haven't talked to um, anybody in forever. Nobody can just come around and say, well, I'm just going to marry that. Bitch, are you crazy? Whoever these people that we're talking about, I'm above them in ranking and they know it. So this would be people oppressing or forcing things on people behind the scenes, making false claims or something like this on somebody behind the scenes. Reporting laws in place to receive federal funding. Okay, to have mandated reporting laws in place to receive federal funding for child welfare, but leaves the state discretion over which individuals should be mandated reporters. So this could be something, yeah. Well, who should be? Should there be murderers, criminals, liars, strangers, foes, foreigners? I don't think so. Foreign even to the family or the situation, even family members that have been known to be liars or manipulators or now hold positions of so-called power that you once held or you still hold. Power struggle, power plays. In many states, mandated reporters include these are people that can call. I think somebody used to do this on their channel all the time. This is a 2150. It's like some sheets or some type of claims about um, like some papers that could order you to have some type of screening done on someone, right? And they be some of these readers would be like, yeah, that's a 492 or something like this. It's like a code word or whatever for saying that somebody could be like in some type of mental distress or something. I'm making these false claims here. This is foreign intelligence or something, or somebody using something like this in the Nation of Islam or something in order to bind people, groups that think they're real smart, stuff like that. But they've been banned for life from making these particular situations, especially on these particular people that we're talking about, like me. It says, in many states, mandated reporters include people with professions involving children, okay? Child traffickers, cartel members, That's who's using it. That's who's using it. Vulnerable adults. Okay, so okay, spies. Because, like, there's no other reason. Do you get what I'm saying? Like spies for the cartel that want to own people or put them in some type of servitude in 2025. Okay, let's see. Okay, vulnerable adults. Okay, who's vulnerable? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Besides the fact of the abuse that have been put on the person by their family or friends or some illegal or unrecognizable um, uh, sector. Okay, it says and emergency services. Okay, so again, teachers, physicians, and police officers. So a police officer was in the reverse yesterday. Okay, somebody could be messing around with sleeping around with a police officer. Somebody could be a cyber police officer. Okay, but somebody would be a liar because, like I told you, once you can prove that nobody ever. That's why I say the dangerous thing about these people claiming these claims. You, if I would need to know if my person was a police officer. I would need to know if my person was a cyber police officer, because somebody could go into the cyber sector and blame some stuff on me, or go into my akashic records or my intel, which would be supposed to be sacred and protected as the tree of life. And what would they do? Manipulate it, or they can just add other people's stuff to it to add dirt on your name instead of adding money on your books. Somebody This is taking money off your books and adding dirt on your name to pile you down or to try to bury you or something like this. I don't know. It's giving me some kind of energy like that. While the other states consider all adults to be mandated reporters, regardless of their profession. So all these people in the South that's using our energy in the North, and all these people around here that's using this energy or something like this, would be reported as mandated. And this, I promise you, before I even read this, I said, make them. Oh, so they all mandated, or make them all mandated? But that's what I'm saying. All these so-called adults are mandated reporters, whether they want to be or not. So it's like all somebody would have to do is go into court and see who was making these false claims for how long. And it's so many people would go down for this because you were doing the exact thing you signed up to protect somebody from. Holding on to a child deliberately, uh, disassociating them or disconnecting them, even if this is an adult, okay, in order to cause some type of bodily harm to a child for traffic. So this is ridiculous. It's almost like whatever these people are doing, the mandated reporters are the traffickers. Do you get what I'm saying? This is what this is to me. Okay. None of these people have no legitimate reason. We're talking about somebody that's limitless here. Nobody was never bound. Nobody's gonna be bound. There's no binding here. Somebody could have still tried to do this to something in your likeness. They could have done this to you or something like this. But like I said, this means that every single adult that came across me in my life and know anything about my case, made money off of me, had me in a contract or anything, all these people would be what? Guilty of a. This could even be a federal offense. Hold on. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, to Bentley. And that's what I said. Um, somebody is giving brainwashing, mind control. All these things are abuse, especially if you didn't know or you didn't offer up, or who did offer you up. It would be the parents or shadow energies or something like this. If this is the shadow energies that watch from the dark and they only reported things to benefit them to get children or something out of your hands, if these are the dark shadow people, right? If these are people that followed you around throughout your life to make sure you were safe, but only on the they was mandated to do so, but only on the pretense that they would get something out of it. Okay, there's nobody falling here. I feel very. I feel very good. But there's something that is like something dark that is clawing at someone. These are your ancestors that were working behind the scenes to help other family members steal your identity. These are these people. For me, those would be whoever died in the last 40 years that went in the background to make sure that their children would be stripped from the system or something like this, and only be able to come back in to use you as a bank and dig inside your guts or something like this and take out your finances because them and their families and their children were already outcast from or cast out from God. So this is like, I don't know, it's like three lanes merging or a braid or something. Somebody don't expect you to want to live or fight back. Somebody actually just stole everything you had and then think that they're going to crawl back in some rock in some secret place or something, or some bunker that they built by stealing your money, or some star fort or something like this, and leave you be. This is sexual harassment, because if you did not follow claims, which again are beneath me, I can't even hear the claims or the questions or the cries of these people. This is basically somebody trying to take the opportunity when God is saying enough. Don't reach your hands out to these people. Don't hear them when they cry, or you're not going to hit. It says, it didn't say don't. It says you're not going to hear. He is explaining that the Bible is explaining that there's going to be a time where there's going to be some kind of silence here, or some kind of wedge, or some kind of gap between some people here. Okay, that the people had time to do something. They come back for salvation. You don't get salvation. The only way to get salvation is through Jesus or Christ. And um and it's not to steal it. It has to be the will of God, the will of Christ. Again, somebody is saying that they see the light, but I still am the light, the way. So you want to act like somebody is not, so you could still have secret access to abuse somebody's nature. It's the nature of a man or a woman or somebody here. I was watching Carrie the other day, and she was like, "No, Mama, I didn't. You sinned, Mama. I didn't sin, Mama. I didn't sin. You sinned or whatever." But this is somebody's mama, like, oh, just stay prayed up, talk to God, or this mommy Watson energy in these people, or whatever this is. This could be also a king of wands in this mommy Watson energy. Somebody that's faking like they me and faking like they my husband, faking like they my mama, faking like they my wife. These are sexual abusers here. So what I'm doing on here is a reporting. I was sent in of this kind of light to speak this truth, to put those people in place, to address them, to get them in trouble, because they wanted to come back and use a tarot reading channel and hide their face as if I don't hear, like God don't show me who these people is. You see what I'm saying? All these people is guilty. Everybody on the dark web, every video that been shown, everything like this. That's what I'm saying. All these people are any adult that ever watched porn, any adult that anything. Just it's just like, or you want to make a statement, go just go just arrest, because if every adult is a man, they wanted us to be adult, they wanted to be adults and wanted us to be children. You're going to arrest every single adult that even have and lock their ass up for good and never let them out, that have something to do with with some type of pedophilia, or have been caught in the past previously with pedophilia, because some of these people is going into some case that they planted on somebody, an innocent person, a long time ago, or they use a clone to do a crime, and they're trying to like swap. This person is like damned or something with this group, and they're basically they're basically blaming a victim, a secondary victim. Okay, so somebody could have been physically abused, and somebody was financially and spiritually abused, or taking from here. It's like taking somebody's life to give it to somebody else, and it's over something because of somebody's. They wouldn't lose weight to be with you. This person wasn't crying to be your girlfriend, or somebody wasn't kissing your ass, or something like this, or somebody can't even see you. I don't think there's nothing wrong with me. I know that it's time for these people not to be getting nothing from me. Actually, they're going to be getting something from something, and it's not going to be me, and it's not going to be a good thing. Okay? It's not going to be a good thing. So all these people that make these claims and write these paperwork up to get these things to steal children from people and rip babies from the womb, you're a mandated reporter and you're going to jail. I don't know who told these people this was legal. Who told these people this shit was gonna work? I don't know. I'm so happy to see that, because I fell asleep on this last night, and I just said make them all, or oh, so they're all. I kept saying it, and then I just read here. That everybody, so they want to be adults or something here. Even if you using common law, even if you're not calling yourself an individual, an entity, or anything like that. Because I'm just calling myself I am. You are a mandated reporter, and every lie or every nasty thing or whatever this is that you told to get money from these children that was wealthy, and now they don't have nothing because you ran and you decreased your life somewhere, and now all these, even the celebrities and the super rich, they're just they strip from something and they're trying to live like in a decent life in the hills or on the mountains or something like this, to reduce their lifestyle so that they can just be safe. They might pop out once in a while looking glamorous for us on some award show, but nothing is the same. Because God is showing that somebody is perfectly happy, healthy, stable, a thinking man or woman or something like this, and these people lied. And it's saying in the Bible that you're going to be held accountable for every lie, every order, everything that you spoke with your mouth to put on them papers, every claim that you made at the police department. That's why I don't just go run into the police all the time about everything. Everything you are going to be, yes, you're going to be charged for it. And it's going to come up the things that you did say, the people, those children or whatever. Now, see, you have to realize when Joel said, and I'm going to pour out my spirit on you guys, and your children are going to prophesy. This was a traitorous act. If he poured out, if Joel had a secondary situation from his home life or what he was supposedly, who he was supposedly, so say Joel was my person and they use spell work to reduce me, and put this Joe person before me and put the L at the ending. Okay. Say that they did that. And this person, that would have been abuse to crack my head open or crack me open and take something that is so useful and beneficial for me that I need to survive and thrive and know and see. And somebody drains that from me and then disperses it. Because this is not just like somebody just with some vial doing, no. What the spirit is, somebody said is mine because somebody knew that they had, I got a pocket full of sunshine. Okay. This is like greed or something, but somebody already has 4 units or family or business units or something that they already created from stealing the new beginnings from a child. The child of God, the child. Stealing somebody's stuff and taking it and give it to somebody else. Or this is like a mother that one child had a rich father, but she didn't tell the one child that they was ever rich or wealthy. What she did was take the two other, leave that child behind and abandon that child and move on, without telling the child the consequences, right? Um, with the other 2 children and share the wealth with the other 2 children and leave the one child with the grandmother that can barely make sure that they have nice clothes or anything like this, right? But the money comes from the child that was left behind, the wealthy child. But in order to hide the fact that you stole this money and you know that child is intelligent and they're going to figure it out, you just took the other 2 children and you went off and started a life with them. It's something like that. And at some point in time, these children were made aware of the power or the money or the authority that they were getting in the name of the sister or the brother or something that they left behind. But when that sister or brother wants to stand up for themselves, they try to make an obstacle or try to make a circus or some shit like this out of it. Something like, there's something I was hearing, it's like, do not do that grand jury or something like this. Okay. But again, it's kind of like a battle for somebody, because if these people have had access to you, your home, been in your home, have keys to your home, even when they moved off with another family, they've been coming back, planting stuff on you, putting fake stuff in your house and taking pictures as if you were doing something, or a bloody weapon is in your house and it's not, or something is yours, or putting your fingerprints on stuff. This is abuse. And then also letting tarot readers keep talking about this. If this hasn't personally happened to them, it's not happening to them now, or proven to be happened to them in the past. What are you talking about? How do you know that stuff? Because I know I was what they wanted to be the sacrifice, the active sacrifice right now. So again, what are the other people saying? Because they only pick one, as what I'm hearing, to sacrifice. So they allowed you to tell your story, people to bank off of it, also make claims off of it and taught these people how to make money off of the claims that they was making off of what was happening to one. Okay? Robots against nature. But robots, there's no robot laws yet, it seems like. And it doesn't matter if you're a robot or not, you will still be a mandated reporter. They have some type of birth date. Somebody also could be off. It's grossing me out that somebody could be off waltzing in the dark with me or something like this, and then claiming that, and like somebody took me, and they're enjoying time with me as a robot or a stuffed rag doll or something in my name, and I'm the one that needs to be able to have my authority, my finances, and things like this in order. It's like it's so I feel so unfazed, but it's like whatever this weave is that you cannot ignore it. Like somebody is so worried about you feeling hurt. This is somebody that, because you didn't feel abused and you didn't cry and you didn't scream and you didn't crawl around on the floor after you realized what was done to you, they want to do more. Okay, this is abuse. If there's a community that watch a mother or something, this is, even if a community decide to bind a child with some type of ritual, to take away their powers. Okay, or to just silence. It's something about going silent here. It's abuse could be making false accusations that somebody is mentally ill or that there's a problem with them, when it's really the force of a force of nature or a community or something like this, that a force of nature or a community or something like this that's holding a child down or holding a child back. It's almost like the divine or a vine like creeping up and ripping somebody's leg or pulling them down in order to harm them or something like this. These creepy things that creep over the earth, these creeps. Or you ever hear like a creep or a creeper or somebody that's creeping you out, or a creepy person. These people crawl, they crawl all over the earth in Genesis 1, trying to pull you down to their level. But you can't never get on their level and they can't get on your level. Meaning these people can't open up their mouth to say nothing. What is a shrub saying to someone? What is a flower saying to them? Oh, unless you're in imaginary land and you some kind of taking some type of psychedelics or something. And you know what I'm saying? In this day and age, because whatever they're trying to do is they're trying to get rid of the imagination or something like this amongst a certain group. It's like these other people are living in like nowhere land or never land or some shit like this, and they feel like they're making the rules. I'm telling you, it's like a collective of people that have been building like clubhouses across the nation until they laid some type of net here. Like these people could have pulled out of school, made clones of themselves, or they was given money and funding in order to pull out of school. That's why I say this is like a 300-year, even talking 30 years, 300 years. This is like a 300-year plan here. Some type of abuse will be in 2025 to tell a woman, if some person in the dark is pulling on their energy and making it sound romantic to have a twin flame, and having lots of people saying, oh, just come this way, or something like this. That's mental abuse. And if you didn't choose any of those people, you stayed solid and you said, I'm not even going to think about that. I'm not even going to, whatever. Let me just ground myself. You know, it's like somebody's criminalizing someone because they refuse to play, or somebody reporting you to the police because you don't want to play with their child, or you want to play with them. You at the basketball court throwing hoops, but you don't want to play with these people, you know, because you're not like these people. I'm hearing that people are making clones because they miss you, and they stole money from you and they miss you, and they're making clones to make it seem like you still hang out with these people, or they're actually really kidnapping people, killing them, and stuffing them with processing systems in order to still make them be in their life. if they have taken and made your children or other people and then placed them in your homes, if these are mandated reporters, then there's child endangerment. These people are keeping doors unlocked or opening up the door for people to come in and victimize them. They've made a whole system off of this. And like I said, if these are people that have some type of sexual deviance, or I was watching that thing about the little girl and the little boy that the parents had left them the parents had left them um, unattended, and they were like, when they found the kids, the little boy's forehead was bulging, the child was laying on the back of his head, so the back of the head was flat. The little girl, she was kind of like a psychopath. Her genitals were messed up because she kept on, touching them and overstimulating herself, and things like this. And I'm telling you, these are the children that they're using to run these particular programs or these systems on mentally sane, chosen ones or whatever. So they're gonna say fuck what God, the law say, fuck what God said about those children or His children. We gonna do whatever we want to do because we've grown something. This is like some kind of underground. I don't know. It's not. It's like something that's underneath the leaves or underneath the foliage or something like this. It's like something you didn't. You walking through a thing and you didn't notice that like the whole field. There's a net underneath the underneath the dead leaves. Get that? The autumn leaves or the dead leaves. It's almost like somebody. I'm seeing one of those nets or whatever when you go through the forest or whatever. You get caught up in it and then something take you up and you like in this little sack or whatever, like in the trees. Like it's some shit like this, man. These people are mentally, we already seen it out on a board. These people are mentally ill. These groups, these mothers, these are other mothers or underground mothers, or people that pulled out of society or they was off the grid and they learned something about law or something to twist it and manipulate it to be able to harass people in their real living life. So these are not living beings. They can't use the living law in order to cause no type of something. Okay. Now, to, okay, so I'm guessing they stayed dead and then they tried to come into the living system and use the living system against the living to either make you dead or make you estranged. But that's crazy. What do you have to do with me, old Tyree? You took yourself out of it, or these are people that wanted to save you. This is like a Sarah Bartman, not Sarah Bartman, because these people, again, this is Sarah Bartman syndrome. Which means Sarah Bartman syndrome. It ain't only black women with large backsides that would have to worry about this. This is a system. They turn it into something systematic for it doesn't matter who you are. Hmm. It's like you ain't get on my level. You ain't even on my level. So what net could you cast? You can't touch me with that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pick it up off the ground and throw it over the top of your motherfucking head. Who's Rand? Scissor blank. Somebody doesn't like that. Somebody may be a little intelligent. So, like I told you, this is somebody that will make give a child. If you know a teacher is letting everybody else take this test, this version of a test or something, but everybody knows that for some reason the teacher don't like this child, so they put extra hard questions. Like they put in like this child is in fifth grade. They put in 10th grade level questions on the fifth graders test reports. They didn't have no clearance from the city or the country or the government or from the school council or anything to start giving this child harder work. But they find out that this child have been getting different work than other people. You've been giving them other great work. Well, I just thought that this child was more no, but you didn't. You still have to ask to do something like that because it could come off as being some type of it's almost like too the other children didn't go through this task or they will never go through whatever you went through. The adults that are trying to test you, they didn't even make it this far to go through this test. There's nobody left to test you or control you or me. There's nobody here to control me or something. You didn't even make it to this portion. You didn't even, you're not even on no pedestal. You can't even touch me. You haven't even made it to this arena. I did it better than all these people. They're mad with no assistance. The more you pulled assistance back, the more God stepped in, the more I stepped in. Somebody is trying to say because you still believe in God, or you still saying, God, yeah, I am that. You understand? And so somebody's trying to punish you because they're the Antichrist and now they feel like they're in charge. This could be like uh, somebody's murderer, like Jean Bonnet's murderer, coming back and saying, yeah, Shalonda murdered that person and went behind the scenes and did all this stuff and cast this net. And it's like, actually, no, you murdered this person. Or this is the child themselves coming back up from birth. And this is this child coming back from the dead or being brought back by these people in order to kill who the child was trying to kill back then. This is about like child murderers or something and it's sticking together. This is what this is, because whoever these people worship is the dead. You don't have no rights to me. Everybody is dead when this birth just happened. Slowly, you guys were already killed or something. You can't come back here talking no shit. And the people that ran and the people that was buried, and now you can't come back here saying nothing to me. Can't nobody say nothing to me. What they did with COVID, the shots, is just killed you motherfuckers anyway. So everybody that took the shot willingly or that don't have a certain DNA, they got you. Can't nobody with no fucking COVID shot tell me what to do, because the COVID shot put these people in a different bubble, willingly especially. Could have categorized you as well. See, this is something about like these farming communities. The people that took took the prophecy from the child or the son in, or the adult son, okay? They took the prophecy, they took the whatever, and they took the family, they took the finances, um, and then they built themselves little colonies and stuff like this around the nation here, and they left the Christ and they thought I would die. And so they're trying to kill me or something with paperwork or documentation, and you can't do it. I'm still here. And so this don't have no need to do nothing but backfire on you. Now these people could have been already met by some type of officials or something, or some type of foreign intelligence, or some type of, they thought they were so tough going off on their little farms and doing this stuff. But all you did was make your that's your for this next session, these are going to be the hardworking farmers or something that's going to be putting the food on the table or something like this. Some of these places are human farms with human bodies hanging. They took it from the Ramses city or basement and they've just placed it nationwide. You motherfuckers is crazy. You don't have no authority. So many people got caught and they said, okay, well, you doing what we, this fraction, this we are Negan people, you doing what we want you to do. So we ain't even going to say nothing. We ain't going to rat on you. We're not going to tell the Christ where you is. We're not going to do this. Or you want to get your farm taken by us? Okay. Well, then it's like mobbing like on that level, because this is some type of reset. And I feel like somebody wanted love to hurt you, but they don't know how it's like love is a game or something like this, or love is a battlefield. Let's see. In 1962, the United States Dr. C. Henry Kemp and Brant Hurt Bentley. So I don't even know nobody named Bentley. Maybe these are the Ashleys. This is like somebody asking a blindfolded child that was being abused to know about what's going on with other children. They was kept on a separate facility. All the other children on a certain level was kept all together, and they were being abused next to each other. And when they got out, they didn't tell. Oh, I promise I won't tell. This person was sitting by themselves with the God or some other reason, or there could have been somebody that put a blinder or a veil on somebody's over somebody's eyes. There could have been actually, but that person was separate, or this was like the teacher's pet. Abuse. Somebody knew that you needed some type of repair or something or reinvention since kindergarten, and they left you open, and the whole nation is under judgment. And so God say, I'm here to judge the nations, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. Starting here, somebody knew, somebody even could have got in trouble for doing this. So somebody knew it's in the paperwork. So it's the same thing. The ditch that they dug from you for you is what they're going to fall into, because the same accusations and things like this. Why is this person still in the same place? Why have you moved several cousins and clone cousins and reincarnated cousins and everything off to calmer waters, and this child is still being left here? Because again, even if we are in the energy of God's or Christ or something like that, there's still earthly things that have to be followed here. It can't only work one way for you. There's still other regulations that have to be followed here. So since you made all those claims like this, why? Okay, Kimberly, you came and made this claim in 82, 80 something. Why is that person, if she need this assistance, why has no family members went to check on this person? Or why are you only going to visit this person at night or sneaking in their house? This person says they don't know you. What do you mean? We see you made a claim in 1990. You came back in 2000. You came back. We see you move your family on. We see your family is wealthy. We see this portion of your family is wealthy. We see they're doing. Why is this person? Nobody else been left behind. Everybody else is out of the clear. So y'all thought, oh, let's wipe our hands with it. But no, there you go. You right there, all in the field, right in them fucking nets that you tried to put for me. Because this shit right here is probably all we need. To be honest with you. Because even if some of these children, or if I was in some situation where I'm actually like some type of organization because of being a Christ, or I'm a separate, not even entity, I don't want to use that, corporation or something like this, is the number one thing. It's like confiscating the government because you was on this shit, because you betrayed me even by dealing with these rogue people that thought it was a better, you thought, that's what I'm saying, you took, this crazy, this shit is crazy. This would even be God would be charged. Do you know what I'm saying? If God is down here doing some shit like this or something, this would be what that is. If a God or something like this was refusing to hear or watch or see their child, because I somebody saying somebody is a beautiful, I was hearing something that was like, they're a beautiful child. I don't know why such never